So as children, you probably all played Snakes and Ladders. This is an adapted version of Snakes and Ladders designed specifically for remembering vocabulary. So the goal is that you each have your little piece and you each have a die, or there's one die for the group. You roll the die. The number that you get is the number of moves you can make. If you roll 2, you have to name the first object and the second object, and then you stay there. If you roll 6, you have to name all of the objects en route. So let's give it a try.
5. A pear, a house, nothing, an ice cream cone, and a shoe. And I get to go up the ladder.
My turn. Okay. 6. A pear, a house, blank, an ice cream cone, a shoe, nothing. Okay. 4. Thank you. A pear, house, blank, and an ice cream cone. 6.
A mountain goat, in blank, a beach ball, a box, 2, 3, 4, nothing, and a submarine. And I get to go up the ladder again. It's rigged.
No fair. Okay. 6 again.
Okay, good job. Let's make a little adaptation now. If you had more advanced students, you could also add some of these requests. So you can continue to play, but when you get on the special yellow sticky labels, please read aloud the task and complete that task.
Okay. I'll maybe continue with my 6 that I rolled. Dog, blank, croissant, table, snake tail, and a special space which says define vacuum cleaner. Well, it is an appliance, I guess you could say, that is used to clean the carpet in your house.
Good. So what you've noticed is a huge difference in language ability. You go from naming ice cream dog house to a definition. The point being that, again, you see, not just, this is probably too much to have in one classroom. That gap, that differentiation is too large. But there are ways that you could differentiate this activity so that you could have different groups playing it simultaneously.
Okay, let it go.
4. Shoe, blank, dog, blank.
4. Something that's covered up, a blank. Do I have to do the covered up one?
Yes.
Oh, I have to, never mind. Okay. So, I have to list 5 male actors, like Brad Pitt and Jonathan Jackson, and now I'm nervous, Hugh Jackman, and Sean Bean, and, nothing. Johnny Depp, thank you.
5.
Yeah.
I think you made some of those up.
I think I needed help on those ones. And then there's a book, and then I have to do another one too, don't I? Why should we eat fruits and vegetables every day? Because they are tasty and delicious, and because they are good for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a blank one.
Good job. So now let's look at this as a learning activity. Is it valuable? Is it interesting? What are your feelings?
I think, again, it offers a lot of chance because of the dice and because you don't know where you're going to land, as well as some self-pace as well because there's no time limit for each move. So I think that those are good aspects about it.
I also liked that because we all started at the same spot, at least at the beginning, for sure you're all saying the same ones. And so if you are putting students in groups, where you have somebody who potentially is more comfortable with the language or has a higher ability level, and they go first, that might be a good boost for your other students. It gives them that hearing it first and might trigger their memories as well. So I think that's
Great.
good.
What I thought was neat was how the game started out really simple, but just adding a couple Post-its really allows you to up the level
Mhm.
of how difficult it is. So it's a lot easier for a teacher than having to have so many different boards.
Which is, yeah, I was going to say on the prep side is nice because you could change it depending on the unit or the theme as well, just by adding the Post-its. If you have a basic kind of board already, then the prep wouldn't be as much.
So take a look at some of those Post-it note, higher level thinking activities that do indeed have more choice in them. Do you notice that some would be easier than others?
Yes. Do you want us to?
For example, yeah?
I think the actors could potentially be easier, or the sports in comparison to one up here that says who is Alberta's premier, perhaps, if you weren't playing this in Alberta, or if it was somebody who was new to the province.
I think some of them are based on personal things, like who is your favorite singer, name 5 of your favorite actors, or even just actors, so there's more choice. Whereas with the premiere, there's no choice there. It's an answer, and it might relate more to culture, which would be an interesting way to incorporate culture with the language that's being studied. So.
The one question that Jessie did, the define the vacuum cleaner, really requires a lot of circumlocution to describe what this thing does, though, just saying it's a vacuum cleaner, you have to say it does this and this is what it's for.
Good. And that would definitely be much more difficult than the naming of things. So you could integrate questions according to Bloom's taxonomy. And you could also make it so that the lower level questions are at the bottom, and as you progress, you enter more of the higher level questions. Okay, great job.